settled in and made Memphis its home.
Back to what you said, consecutive years for them in the playoffs, and they have shown that they'll be a presence for a while.
Yes.
Steve, well coached and a deep roster.
Yeah, and big on the front line with Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol. They're a tough team. They rebound, they pound you on the offensive glass. Looks to me like they're poised to be a strong team for years to come.
Evans outside. Evans left side. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Cousins. Thompson comes in for Travis Outlaw. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Tyreke Evans. And it's Brooks in for Tony Douglas. Brooks outside. Dishes it to Thompson. The Kings need to get off a shot here. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Conley, the pass to Gasol. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. The Kings have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Brooks dishes to Thornton. Back to Brooks. They get a hand on it. Conley kicks to Prince. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
That was a dynamic two-hand dunk there.
Right in the face of the defender.
That was a tough, gritty finish.
Kings shooting in this game 45%. Brooks outside. Salmons. Back to Brooks. The feed to Salmons. Brooks outside. Lets the 3 fly. Arthur grabs the board. Arthur's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Conley with it. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Conley, the pass to Gasol. Over Hayes. Gasol, no good. But plenty of drama in this one so far.
And I would not be surprised if it goes right down to the buzzer.
He dishes it to Thornton. And stolen by Prince. Now here is Conley. Allen outside. Allen off a pick from Arthur. Back to Conley to take the lead. A rebound by Thompson.
Well, he got 1 to go in the first, but he hasn't been able to connect from three-point land here in this half.
Here's Gasol. And it's the devastating one-handed jam. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark and Steve. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Boy, after all this energy that both teams have expended, you're right, Clark. This would be a tough one to lose.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, it was a tough season for John Salmons a year ago. Returning to Sacramento after a draft day trade, but his shooting really went sideways. This is a guy who 3 seasons ago averaged about 20 points a game. Be interesting to see if he can bounce back this late in his career.
Zach Randolph is checked in for the Grizzlies. Tyreek Evans is checked in for Sacramento. And Salmon's in the third year of a relatively big 5-year deal.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for him to justify that contract unless he elevates his play. Some were surprised that the Kings traded down in the 2011 draft for the privilege of being able to acquire him.
Here's Brooks. Back to Evans. 5 on the clock. Expanding his range. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Conley. And that's a foul called on Chuck Hayes. That's foul number 2 for him. Roten's checked in for the Grizzlies. Travis Outlaw's checked in for the Kings. Launches a 3. Roten, no good. The Kings have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Thompson dishes to Outlaw. Evans outside. Evans can't get that one to fall. A second chance effort. Brooks over by Conley. Outlaw kicks to Brooks. Passes to Evans. Another shot. Puts it up. And he finishes nicely on the way up. Evans has got 17 points here in the second half.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
It's great to see the emergence of Mike Conley from Memphis. He's become a top-flight point guard in the NBA. He was the 4th pick in the draft back in 2007, and he's really living up to those high expectations now.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Hayes. Jimmy Fredette comes in for Travis Outlaw. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. Here's Gasol. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. And here are the Kings now. They lead by 1. Now here's Douglas. He's tightly guarded. Back to Cousins. He passes to Evans. Over Gasol. And it's Evans missing. Yeah, Mike Conley just Clark steadily improving year after year.
Yeah, whether it's getting to the rim or becoming a better three-point shooter, excellent defensively, he just gets better and better.
He feeds it to Roten. Back to Conley. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. Into Marc Gasol. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Kings have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Douglas the pass to Fredette. And there's the pass to Douglas. Pass to Cousins. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Gasol with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Roten's got it. They now take the lead. And that's now 6 points for Zach Randolph.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for him. At some point, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
And stolen by Roten. Count the bucket. And it's a 3-point Grizzly lead.
This team has to tighten up inside. Way too many easy hoops in the lane.
Yep, that's 5 straight buckets they've given up from the key now, and it's hurting them.
Douglas kicks to Thompson. Feeds it to Cousins. Shot clock at 6. Here's Evans. The dish to Douglas. Over Prince. Offensive rebound. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
You know, Tony Douglas had the starting point guard role early last season for the Knicks, but just didn't run with it. He struggled with his shooting and his playmaking, so it became a season to forget for him on an individual basis as Jeremy Lin took his starting job.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Randall. Pondexter comes in for Tayshaun Prince, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Mike Conley. Sacramento also making some changes. Patterson comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and Travis Outlaw subbed in for Jason Thompson. Roten dishes to Bayless. Shoots over Douglas, and Bayless with the basket, the assist from Roten. Roten's got 3 assists tonight. And Tony Douglas, I think you'd say Clark in his first 2 seasons in the league prior to last season had been a pleasant surprise. But, you know, as Steve just said, last season was really a struggle.
Yeah, the growth isn't always going to be a straight line north. The late first rounder showed he could shoot the 3 and play tough defense, a little undersized when he has to play 2 guards. So he's still a guy that I think is going to be very productive going forward.
Yeah, when you play against him, Kevin, the first thing you want to address is making it harder on him to go to work down low. If you let him get position inside, it's going to be a long night for you.
And you can't forget, this guy is always on the prowl defensively, looking to pick you off if you get too casual and loose with the ball. He kind of gets in your head that way. All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
Kicks it to Bayless. The 3. That drops. Bayless has got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, both teams showing a lot of hustle, Clark.
Steve, especially since halftime, I mean, they're flying around out there, giving up a lot of energy and putting together a pretty good show.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They trail by 4. 1:52 left in the 4th quarter. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Prince is checked in. Sacramento also making some changes. Jason Thompson is checked in for Outlaw. Salmons comes in for Tony Douglas. And it's Thornton in for Jimmer Fredette. And so he hits the technical free throw.
You know, in a tight game like this, a technical foul can be a killer. I mean, he made sure he took advantage of that opportunity at the line.
He kicks to Salmons. And he gets it to go from the corner. Memphis leading. There's a minute 34 left in the 4th quarter. Evans on the double team. Gasol a screen. And Bayless kicks to Gasol. Stolen by Evans. Dishes to Thompson. Now the feed to Salmons. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Now, it's hard to set up your D when you've just turned it over at the other end.
Yeah, a lot of points have been given up here, Steve, by way of turnovers. And their defense has just been short-circuited by their offense.
Now here's Roten. He's guarded by Thornton. Here's Prince. No good on the 3. The game has come down to this.
Ginormous possession here.
What intensity. Evans off the pick from Patterson. Evans passes to Patterson. On the wing, Salmons. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Huge bucket.
They don't get much bigger than that, Steve.
Absolutely critical chance right here.
Yeah, they need this one to go their way, Kevin.
Evans dishes to Patterson. He dishes it to Thornton. Evans. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're down by 1. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Guys, what do you think?
No need to rush things, although I think you do want to get a shot off in time to the point where if you miss it, you got a shot at an offensive rebound.
Well, if you got a play in your quiver that gets you a good shot, one you've been saving all game, now's the time to use it.
Just 4 to shoot. Salmons from outside. Can't knock in the 3. Most games sees Memphis take this one. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that part.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Marcus Hall.
One, 2. Check me out right here, yo.
Yo, the sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than never, business before pleasure. P. Diddy and the fam, who you know do it better. Yeah, right, no matter what, we airtight. So when you hear something, make sure you hear it right. Don't make it out of yourself by assuming our music keeps you moving. What are you? You know that I'm 2 levels above you, baby.